We're gonna roll the initiative to see who's starting first.
Okay.
So there's in the first turn, of course, there's no there's a rally phase. It would be the moment you would decide if you. Of course, when you begin the game, there's no rallying, but that would be the moment where you would decide if you put your weapon on bipod or tripod.
Okay.
But since we start off the map, then there's no decision to make. So there's no really rally phase in the first turn. So we're gonna go right now to the operation phase, and we both roll a d6 to see who get the initiative.
Yeah.
So I get a
4.
Yeah. So it's your turn. To enter troops on the maps, you can enter them. You enter them one stack at a time. So it could be a stack of 1 unit, could be a stack of 2, of 3, depends on what you want.
Can I activate them with a leader?
Yep, you can do this.
Can I group those with many units? Same time?
Well, the stacking limits is usually 3 squad with 2 leader type, could be an hero or something like that. So 2 squad with 2 what we call single man counter, and then as many support weapon as your guy can carry.
Okay. 2. Every squad can carry 2 weapons.
Well, yeah, the guys usually a squad can carry 2 support weapon, but if they do, they'll be slowed down, I guess. Let me see. Nope. No, you're right. They can carry 2 support weapon. The thing is, if they carry 2 support weapon, they'll be either able to fire their 2 support weapon or one of them and their own firepower.
Okay.
Okay, if they fire 2 support weapon, they can't use their own firepower. So usually, you want to have one squad with 1 support weapon and another squad with another support weapon.
Okay.
So they can use both. They can use their firepower and then the one from the support weapon. Okay. And since you begin the game, there's no chance I can fire at you because I'm not there yet. So you move what you want, where you want.
Okay. I'll move my leader with a group. For 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
5.
Yep.
7. Right.
That's fine. So you double time your guys because you move them with a leader. Okay. And now what we do, we mark them with a move marker. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So I'm gonna enter my tank. Oh no, sorry. We have to roll again initiative. In this scenario, we roll initiative for every impulse.
Okay.
So again, I got a 3, you got a 6, so it's yours.
Okay. So 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
And 4, 5.
Okay.
No.
Those loop props work only cost you 1 movement point, so you're fine.
Cool.
Okay, initiative. Got a 2. You got a 1, so my turn.
Okay.
I'm entering Sergeant Darius with a tank. I'm gonna pivot that tank. Facing counter clockwise. Okay, by convention, if there's no marker on the tank, that is considered bottom up.
Okay.
Okay, and if there's no marker on it, the turret is considered aligned with the cover dark. So basically, like the turret for now is pointing at the front of my tank.
Okay.
But if I put a turret over it, and if I put a marker that says it's open up, then it's considered open up. Right now, it's not open. It's bottom up, and it's moving, and it's going to assault move. So it will be only allowed to move 6x if I want to fire later.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to be able to carry those 2 guys together. There you go. In 04, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Assault move. Ah.
Okay.
Now, this assault move tank means that I can fire at your troops if they move in my line of sight.
Okay.
Because I'm holding my fire this turn.
Okay.
If you don't move any troops in front of me in that turn, then I'll have lose the opportunity to fire, which I paid for in moving only half movement points. Okay? So that will be initiative. 3.
Okay. 1.
So it's mine.
Yeah.
What do I have? Okay, I have an opportunity movement guy. All those troops. Okay, that I'm team dismantled. Mm-hmm. Okay, Lieutenant Michael will have his guy running from 07 and 8, and low crop is 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
Okay. Cool.
No, actually 6 here.
Okay.
Moved. Initiative 2, 4. It's yours. Now, I forgot to tell you that you could pass if you want. You could say this impulse I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to commit yourself right now. You want me to, show you where I'm going, what I'm going to do, and everything like that. But if we get 3 pass in a row, which is all possible because you could pass, I could pass, you could pass, or in this very specific scenario, if you get the initiative 3 times in a row, then you can pass 3 times in a row. That ends the turn.
Okay.
So see if now in the first turn it doesn't really matter, but later in the turn, if all your troops have been activated and I've not activated none or only 1 stack or something like that, you will want to try to get those 3 passes because I won't be able to move and you'll have done what you want to do. See?
Okay.
So you will want to precipitate that the end of the turn by doing this, but right now it doesn't really matter.
Okay. So I pass.
So it's your turn. What do you want to do? Do you want to pass or do you want to activate your tank?
So I pass.
Okay, so you pass. Okay, so I'll activate the rest of my guys. All stack together and okay, they're gonna enter by 04. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they can't move any further. Well, at least I don't want to move them any further. So that's where we go. Initiative. So it's we got the same initiative roll. So the guy who had it, the impulse before, keep it. So that would be me. And since I don't have anything to do, I pass. So initiative.
I will.
No, I pass. We roll for initiative again.
Okay.
So that's why I got a 4. You got a 5. You get the initiative. But you see, you were in danger that I would roll 3 pass in a row. And you
I see
you
that.
would stand on the side of the map for that turn. It would have only entered the next turn.
That's very interesting answer. Okay, what I want to do is to enter in E2 with a tank. Do that?
Which square?
E2.
A2? Yeah, you can enter in A2.
And I'd like to enter from or E2 or E1.
No, you can only, let me see the scenario. The scenario. You have to enter on the west edge of the board. So you have to enter by one of those A axes.
I want to do this.
Oh, you can move them only the tank if you want and then bring, okay.
Right. 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And then
5. Turning your tank costs you 1 point of movement.
5.
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
You enter in A1, so that was 1, 2 in B1, 3 in C1. And when you turn your tank, it costs you 1 movement point.
Okay.
And your tank always move in one of the true front X.
Okay.
And you can't go inside building. If you try to do that, you're gonna have to try to turn them to rubble. And you can't. If I remember well, you can't do that with a stone building, and you still don't really want to do that with those tanks at that time in a wooden building, because they're they're still not that great. Those tanks. You may want a fresh bamboo hut in Fort and the Heroes, but in World War II, you usually don't want to use your tank to crush a building because they get stuck there.
Okay, so I want to do that.
Well, you can move, yeah, you can move, and you can move like up to 10 movement points if you want. Or if you want to have a chance to fire, you only move 5.
Yeah, I'll move 5.
Or less.
1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
And I stop.
What, you want a spot?
Oh no, I want to stop here. And then
okay, you want to stop. That's fine. Now I don't think we have line of sight to each other. No, we don't have line of sight because the building in D6 blocked the line of sight between our 2 tanks.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, one thing important. Once a unit is considered spotted, it's considered spotted for every unit. It's like your guys have a radio and can call each other and says, I've seen that guy right there, be careful.
Okay.
So now it's initiative.
Okay.
So I got it.
Okay.
And the only thing I can do is firing my tank. And I can only fire them at the units that are in the building in D6. They are considered spotted because they have a move counter on them.
Okay.
So I can fire on them. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to first try to fire the main tank, the main tank gun, sorry. So the distance, if you look at the to-it chart at the top of my screen, which is a flip counters of my tank,
yeah.
If they are at a range of set or of 7, sorry, set is in French, 7 or less, then I need 9 to it, which is I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they are at a range of 6, so I need 9 or less to it.
Okay.
Now we're gonna apply all kinds of modifier. They are listed on the player 8 card.
Yeah.
In the ordnance fire table Okay?
Okay.
So, I need to roll 9 or less. Now, my firing weapon is mounted on a vehicle using assault movement, so I get a +2 to my roll.
Okay.
I have a leader in there, gives me a -1.
So you have a +1.
I got a +1. Your guys, no, that's it. There's no degrading X between us, so we have a clear line of sight, so there's no other modifier. So no other modifier for the firing weapon. Now we go on the target side. The target side is marked with a moved or assault move marker, so I get a +1. So I'm at basically +2 right now.
Okay.
Plus you are in a terrain with the target modifier of +3.
Okay. So you have a +5.
Goes to +5. So I need to roll on 2d6. I need to roll 9 or less, but I apply a +5. It's gonna be hard, but I'm lucky. See?
Wow.
So I hit. So the first thing is
good.
I'm lucky.
Not good, but okay.
Usually when you're moving with a tank and you're firing at units in a building, you don't hit them because you're moving. They're really well protected. But I'm a lucky guy, so I have to see who my wife is seeing, because there's a saying: you're lucky in games, you're not lucky in love.
Okay.
So I touch you. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to see what's the DC, what's the damage check. I'm gonna roll a D6 +3. Why +3? Because if you look at my M10, there's a blue square with a 3 in it.
Yeah.
That's the HA equivalent. This is what you use. It's the number you use when you fire at infantry units.
Okay.
So that would be a D6 +3. Plus, you are moving. So my HA equivalent is modified by +1 because you are moving. So it's +4. And now I'm checking. Yeah, it would be reduced. Then it would be reduced by 1 if you were not in a building, because the let's see how it's. Ordnance that fire each ammunition, denoted by an H within a red circle on the back of the counter, which is the case of my M10, was not as effective as against infantry in the open or taking cover behind tree or rocks.
Okay.
But in this case, you are in a building, so that one is not subtracted from my fire. I'm attacking you with a D6 +4, and you're rolling a D6.
Okay.
So D6 +4, 10.
Okay, I roll. And I have the erratic, right?
You just have to roll a D6.
No, but I have the erratic leader.
We'll see if you get any damage check. Right now, if you
roll.
Because my 6 +4 is 10.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So the DC right now, the damage check is 9. You see, because I have a 6 +4 that would amount to 10, -1, so our DC is 9. Now you got that erratic card. So either you're going to roll. Either you're going to have no damage checks, or you're going to have a damage checks of 18, which could evaporate your troops.
Okay, so what's the roll?
So you roll. So you roll. The roll is hard. You take a double check.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Taro, you're not lucky in games.
No, not now. Yeah.
That card is a single-use card, so now it goes away.
Yeah.
You can remove the card. You can remove the skill card counter, too. You won't be affected by this anymore. Maybe you won't. Oh, we will just return the card to the deck. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Very good.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
unfortunately you have to apply a DC 18, which is probably the biggest one I've ever seen in the game. Troop. It's
Nice. Okay.
Charles,
And
just to stop. Charles, no, he didn't roll his damage check yet. We just figured out what would be the damage check. Yeah,
I roll a D8.
18. So you're gonna roll first for your leader. You roll a d6. You add 18 to it.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, I don't think you can survive.
5.
5 plus 18, that amount to 23.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the direct fire table on the player aid card,
Yeah.
you go into the good order SMC columns, which is the third column starting from the left. Good order SMC. You've rolled 5 plus 18, that amount to 23. The die roll is 3 times your morale.
Yeah.
And more, so you are eliminated.
Okay, nice.
This guy, Reiner, is eliminated.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen that. It's crazy.
Okay. I roll for the...
Actually, I don't think you have to roll, Piero, because you are certain that you're going to get 3 times your morale.
Okay,
But
yeah.
roll, because you might get an hero. You might get an hero.
I roll for the
one, you
other
get
squad.
an hero. So first, roll for that squad on the top.
Okay. 1.
See? That squad is eliminated,
Yeah.
but you'll have the chance to get an hero. We'll go to that at the end, okay? So
Okay.
just roll for the other squad.
Yeah. 5.
5. So this guy is eliminated. 2. But now you have a chance to get a hero. Now you have to roll a d6. If you get, you have a 1 in 2 chance. If you see, you get a hero.
Yeah.
So you get a hero from the counters.
Yeah. The here.
I've never seen that. It's because of the erratic card. But even then, the +9 would have been kind of damaging. But your squad wouldn't have been eliminated. Yeah, you got a hero. Very fine. And with a hero come another skill card.
Okay. I'll get a skill card.
Yeah, you go in. Yeah, turn it up, flip it. It can be okay. So you get a preamp skill.
What does it do?
It says that after I've declared which unit will conduct their impulse, you can conduct your own impulse.
Okay.
It gives you a possibility to react,
Okay.
even if you didn't win the initiative in this impulse.
Okay.
Your hero is considered in the same state as the troop he was born out of, so he's moved.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And now he has a nice arsenal at his disposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. It's because of the erratic card. If it was only the regular stuff, not the erratic card, I mean, he would have had a +9, which would still have been a bit difficult for him, but he would not have been like evaporated like that. It's crazy. And I was lucky to touch you with my tank. Now, you're not done yet, because unfortunately for you, first, since I hit you, but didn't eliminate the unit, I get to acquire you.
Okay.
So I'm going to put an acquiring A here, and acquired A here. This goes over your troops, and this stays on mine. So that means that the next turn, if my tank doesn't move, if you don't move, if I'm not checking, if nothing's happened between the two of us, then I don't need to spot you from that tank, and I'm gonna get a -1 to hit you.
Nice.
It's supposed to represent the fact that the tanker are, getting better and better at shooting at one specific point, and it's very useful to flush out infantry from building.
Yeah, of course.
See, so I don't have to spot that unit, but if I want to shoot at another target, then I would have to spot it.
Okay.
And the fact that my tank spot your unit in that building does not allow other unit on my side to consider your guys spotted. It's really between those two stack of units.
Okay.
And now finally, my machine gun. So you see I have a machine gun on that tank.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not sure I can't use it. I think I had to be open. I think that's what the rule says. Because it's outside. Machine gun. An asterisk after the number indicates a 360 field of fire, but the machine gun can only be fired when the vehicle is open. So, I can fire this machine gun.
Okay.
I would have to open my tank, which I didn't.
Okay.
And we are done. So now we would still go on doing the initiative thing until we get 3 passes. But since we don't have any troops left to do anything, because your tanks, which can still be fired, doesn't have any target in his line of sight,
Okay.
then I think we can just call this turn the end of this turn.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll go on turn 2. Then there's that nice button in Vassal that says delete admin counters. Really nice. There we go. So now we're back to square one, and actually now this is the rally phase. So in the rally phase, we would rally our troops and decide which troop we're gonna switch, which support weapon we're gonna switch on biped side. So since this might be important, then we have to roll for initiative for that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I roll 5.
I roll 1.
Okay, so it would be my turn. Of course, I don't have any shaken troops, so I'm not rallying anybody, and I'm not mounting my machine gun. I'm keeping it dismantled because I want to move.
Okay.
So
I'll mount my machine.
Oh yeah, you should.
Yep. I will. The single hero, the hero is going to mount this machine.
But please don't take this first turn as the way things goes usually. It was completely
I understand.
Of regular events. Now this fine. You mount this in D6. What do you do with the MG42 in E1? Do you want to keep it moving or?
No, I want to keep it moving.
Okay, very good. So now we roll. We go. Yeah, excuse me. We go into operation phase. So initiative.
Okay.
So that would be yours. Now you can pass. You can try to spot. You can. You don't have to spot my tank. You see it. It's standing in the open. There's no problem seeing that tank. All my troops you would have to spot first. Now my tank, the only unit that you have that can affect it in any way would be the hero with the Panzerschreck. And now that hero can he carry to? He can only use one support weapon, and I suppose he's on the MG42.
Yeah.
So we can't really affect him because he can't fire the Panzerschreck. He can do both.
I don't think.
So you would either pass or move.
Okay. I'll move my unit in the building up here, and we'll move single hex. Crawl.
Yeah, low crawl, fine.
They'll crawl here.
Yep.
Is there a counter?
Yeah, there's a low crawl counter. If you select your leader with the right button, you'll see the low crawl. Exactly. So that means your units are not spotted. Even though they move, they only low crawl. They are not spotted until I move one unit adjacent or something like that.
Okay.
So initiative. Okay, it's still yours.
I
Okay, initiative. So that's one pass already. Okay,
Yep.
my turn.
You.
I won't pass.
You will pass.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. No way I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna move Sergeant Ill and his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What do you have here? We have that MG42. Not that many guys, but you have the ambush. Still. Okay, I'm gonna move Sergeant Ill into K3. Now I'm moving.
Okay.
You do have a line of sight to me from your hero into K3.
Yeah.
It is degraded in F5.
Okay.
But I'm moving so that -1 for degrading would be canceled by the +1 for moving. But I do get the +3 for the building. If you want to fire, you can do it.
Okay.
And you would have to say like right now, or if not, then I'll proceed to another hex.
Yeah. You proceed.
Okay, so that's 2,
Okay.
4,
Okay.
and then 6.
Okay. Cool.
And now I'm moved.
Okay.
Initiative.
Okay. I passed.
You pass. Okay. Initiative. Mine.
Okay. What do you do?
I'll move Lieutenant Michael with these guys.
Okay.
1, 2,
Okay.
and you could fire on me from your tank and your heroes if you want. Because now you see me, I'm adjacent to Bocage. You see me through to Bocage. I'll get a real nice bonus, but you can fire at me if you want.
No.
I can't go any further anyway, because crossing the Bocage for leg infantry is like +4 if I remember well. Bocage. No, yeah, that's a +4. So I don't have any movement point left to go any further. So you're pretty certain I'm gonna stop there. So
Okay.
I'm gonna stop there. Oh, and I should have told you that this was assault move.
Okay.
So anyway, I couldn't go any further. I just could move 3. They were double timing and assault moving.
Okay.
So there you go. You got my guys there. And see, you don't have to shoot me right now if you want. You can shoot in a later impulse because they have moved. The only thing is that from where I am, I could fire at you if you start to move in front of me.
Okay.
Which I don't think is going to happen, but you know.
Okay.
Who knows? Okay. So I'm done. So initiative. Mine.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Now we're playing a game of chicken. If I fire with my M10 on your hero, then your stug will be allowed to, roam in front of my M10 and I won't be able to react to it. I'm not. I do have a bazooka waiting behind the bocage, but bazooka are not that great at the distance, so I have to decide what I'm gonna do. Well, just for the fun of it, so we can see still the mechanics. I'll fire with the M10, and I think I'll even open it. So at the beginning of my impulse, that's the time when you decide if you open or close your tank.
Okay.
This one will be open, so I'll mark it.
Okay.
Oh, you know, I was wrong. The convention is apparently, at least, the convention is if you don't have any marker on your tank, it's open. Because what I
Okay.
see is the choice I have is button as a marker. So he
Okay.
was button, and I guess your Stug was button.
Yeah, I was
So
button.
put them
I
both
was
button, and now I'll
Yeah.
remove my button counters because
Okay.
he's getting open. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay.
There you go. So now he's open, and he's gonna fire on your guy in D6. Now your guy is not spotted for anybody except that tank.
Okay.
He's gonna first try to fire with the main gun. That main gun still need a 9 or less.
Okay.
But now the modifier that are applied are -1 because I'm open,
Okay.
-1 because of the leader, and
Okay.
-1 because I acquired you already.
Okay.
So I've got -3 on my die. So I need to roll 9 or less on 2d6 with a -3, modified by your +3 for the building.
Okay.
So that amount to rolling 9 or less on 2d6.
Okay.
So 2d6, 9 or less. I hit you.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna roll a d6 +3, and I don't have the +1 because of your because you're not moving right now. See, the turn
Okay.
I had +1 because you were moving. Now I will not be adding. So that'll be a d6 +3 against your sorry, against your d6. So 5 plus 3
Wow.
amount 8.
Okay. I roll for my
Yeah, you roll defensive roll for your guy.
5.
5. So the difference between our two roll is 3. So your damage check is 3. So now you roll a d6 +3, and we'll see what happens to your guy. 2 plus 3. If you go to the direct, no, not the direct fire. Well, yes, the direct fire. Well, it says the direct fire table. Yeah, that's it. It should say the damage check table. You see the third column? No, the fourth column, hero or shaken SMC.
Yeah.
You roll 5. This is less than your morale.
Yeah. So no effect.
No effect, exactly. So my main gun doesn't have any effect on your
My hero.
on your hero, but since I'm open, I'm gonna be able to use my machine gun this time. So that machine gun's gonna fire on a different routine. You see the ordnance. When you fire with ordnance, you first have to hit, then you have to figure the difference that you're gonna use for the damage check. It's a 3-step process: hit, difference, and then check on the damage check table.
Okay.
But with the machine gun, this is a 2-step process. We'll roll, and if I get a positive difference in modifier, then you directly proceed to damage check.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my machine gun is a roll a d6, have +4 because of the +4 because it has 4 firepower, and +1 because of the leader.
Okay.
And I don't think target unit firing. Oh, I don't think it's not clear, but I don't think my armor leadership apply. It does apply when I fire the main gun, but it doesn't seem to apply when I fire the machine gun. So we want to apply it. So it's a d6 +4 for me against your d6 +3 because you have +3 for you being in that wooden building.
Okay.
So d6 +4. D6
I roll?
2. Yeah, you roll. Okay, so my d6 +4 amount to 8 compared to your d6 +3 amounting to 6. So the difference between the both of us is 2, +2. So you get to roll on the damage check table. 3 plus 5, no effect.
Nothing. Nothing again.
Yeah, nothing again. It's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero. He's a.
So there, you see my tank. If my tank was in some terrain that would hide him, now it wouldn't be hidden anymore because it fired.
Okay.
Exactly like those guys that move. All my guys are spotted right now. And you know that my tank won't be able to fire at anybody in that turn. because he already did it.
Okay.
Okay? So now we go to Brad. I'm not sure that the leadership modifier is added to the machine gun fire too. You're right. You're sure about that? Might be in the rule, but I haven't seen that.
I don't know.
Anyway, it wouldn't have made any difference. He would have a get a +1. He would have a morale of 6 compared to a damage check of 6. Oh, thank you. So it wouldn't have any effect.
Okay.
So it doesn't make any difference. But apparently on page 16 that Brad is correcting me that the leadership modifier is added to the machine gun fire, even though it's not in the DFT die roll modification table. There we go. So now we go back to initiative for the impulse. Mine.
What do you do?
The only thing I can do is if I want to fire my guys who are holding their fire in E6, and I won't, I'll pass. So that's one pass.
Roll again.
Initiative. Yours.
Okay, I move my tank.
You pass, okay?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
move my tank 1 forward.
Yeah. So you want to fire with that tank.
Yeah.
So you would be
With the tank.
your assault
Okay,
moving.
tank. Yep.
You could move there, which means you would have a direct line of sight toward my tank. Yeah, you have a direct line of sight toward my tank. But you have, if you want to shoot at my guys behind the bocage, then you would have a degrading terrain at F7.
Now I want to shoot at the tank.
Okay. So you want to shoot at the tank. Okay, so we go. Proceed. Tank against tank.
Yeah.
So your stag will fire with his main gun first.
So
at that distance,
a 9 or less.
you need a 9 or less. It's modified by +2 because you are mounted. Your vehicle is assault moving.
Yeah.
Then you get before moving, you have to decide if you want to open or not.
No, 1 open.
Yeah. So you stay button.
Yeah.
Okay. So +2 for assault movement, -1 for leader.
Yeah.
So that's +1. And that's about it. On my side, there's no terrain modifier or anything like that.
Okay.
So you need to roll 9 or less with a +1 modifier on 2d6. So you hit. Boing. Now we're gonna roll opposed die roll. That's the second step of the ordnance firing procedure. We're gonna roll our Brad is right, turret hit, because you rolled a even number. You rolled so you hit my turret, which is, if I remember well, less well protected. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3.
You hit me in the front arc, so I have to. It's either 4 or 3 because it's a turret hit. It's 3. So now what you're gonna do? You're gonna roll a die of a d6 plus your penetration factor, and I'm gonna roll a d6 plus my armor factor. Your penetration factor at that distance is 5. My armor factor is 3. So it's a d6 plus 5 for you against a d6 plus 3 for me.
Okay.
There you go. So your 2 plus 5s amount to 7. My 5 plus 3 amount to 8. So that's a non-penetrating hit. You hit me, but the round didn't went inside the
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm not, maybe shaken by that.
Okay.
I just got hit by a stug. I mean, it's pretty unnerving.
It's a pretty big.
So we go to the procedure that is called a non-penetrating hit.
Okay.
I have to take a morale check,
Okay.
and since you miss by 1, we use the difference. We use the difference. So I have to check a morale check on 2d6, and I got a +1 bonus.
Okay.
Okay. It's written on page. No, you don't have the same page as me, but it's under 14.01.
Okay.
Last paragraph. If the attacker penetration value is less than the target armor value, the vehicle takes morale check.
Okay.
And if it fails, I'm going to be shaken. If I'm passing the morale check, there'll be no effect. When making this roll, take the difference between the firing ordnance modifier, penetration value, and the target modifier, armor value, and subtract it, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So, morale check.
Okay.
So that's 10, which is much higher than 6, even with my +1 bonus, even with my +1 for the leader. Well, I would have to roll 8 or less. So I didn't roll that, so my tank is shaken.
Oh.
So being shaken, he has to button up.
Yeah.
And c'est sûr, la chaleur s'accumule. And let's see. He will be able to. He can't fire anymore. He could not anyway in that turn because he already fired, but if he doesn't recover from being shaken next turn, he won't be able to fire. He'll be able only to move half of its movement point. It's button up.
Okay.
And to recover from that shaken state, I'll have to, in the rally phase, I'll have to roll 7 or less. Why 7? Because I have Surgeon Darius. And that surgeons give me a morale of 7 instead of 6, the regular morale of a tank. But you're not done yet. You have a machine gun.
But I'm bottom up, so I can't use one.
It doesn't matter because your machine gun doesn't have to be. You don't have to be open. It's in the hall.
Okay.
In front of you. You don't have to be open to fire it. It's not like the machine gun on the American tank, so you can fire it.
Okay, I'll fire on the infantry.
So when you fire a machine gun at my tank, you can. Well, actually, what you would have done probably. Well, I don't know. Now you can't fire at. You can't affect me because I'm button.
Okay.
Yeah, because the small arms like the machine gun can't affect another tank except if that tank is open. But because you shake me with the main gun, I'm right now. But I'm trying to see if you had decided, because you can decide if you fire the machine gun before the main gun. But if you had fired the main gun, the machine gun, you could have shaken me. Yeah, probably you would have. Yeah, you would have fired the machine gun before firing the main gun. So we'll play it this way. So you can fire the. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We just like didn't have
the
main gun. Sorry?
Can I fire the infantry?
No. When you fire a tank, you have to fire the main gun and the machine gun at the same target.
Okay.
There's a few exceptions sometimes, like there are tanks which have a rear-facing machine gun or stuff like that. Really, you're supposed to fire your main gun and the machine gun at the same target.
Okay. So I'll fire the machine gun.
Yep. So the machine gun is a D6 plus 2 because of the firepower, minus 2 because you assault moved. So it would be a D6. And we compare that on my side with a D6 plus the lower armor factor. If you want to see it this way, my terrain modifier is my lower armor factor. This is a bit of protection that is given to my tank commander. So you would fire a D6 and I get a D6 plus 1.
Okay.
So we're equal, 4 against 4, so there's no effect.
Okay.
Let me just see, I want to make sure. Yeah, no effect.
Okay.
So that's it for this turn. Now you can mark your tanks as fired.
Okay. And right?
Sorry?
5.
Well, you would leave that tank marked assault move because we want to be remembered that it moved.
I should have an firing, right?
Well, you fired, yeah. Oh yes, you acquired me, yeah. I'll get you the acquired, and you'll get the acquiring. There you go.
Cool. Okay.
There you go. And
with all for initiative.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, we're gonna mark also your tank. We're gonna keep the assault move marker on your tank because it does make a difference if it has move or not when we fire on it. So the fact that you replace the assault move by the firing is making that information going away.
Okay.
See, now we don't have that many counters, so I can remember that you assault move with that tank. But if in a bigger game, you want to keep that assault move marker on your tank even when it has fired.
Okay.
So now we go back on initiative.
Okay. Great.
So it's yours because you had it. The impulse before, since we rolled both the same number, you keep it. You pass?
I could fire with my hero on the infantry, right?
Yeah, you can fire. Yeah, you can fire on. You could fire on the tank. It's not really worthwhile. I would fire on the guy behind the bocage.
Yeah. I want to fire on the infantry.
Okay. So now, when a hero is using a support weapon,
Yeah.
he doesn't apply his own inherent firepower.
Okay.
So you would fire, and let me just check something. Okay, SMC, one support weapon and half support weapon firepower, but is there any something for the hero? No. Half of the support weapon normal firepower. Oh, and in one place it says fraction rounded up, and the other place it says rounded down. I think it's rounded up. Let me just check in the fact. Because in the rules it says fraction rounded up, and on the chart it says rounded down.
Okay.
Give me a second.
No, I'm fire. I can't.
Rules. Support weapon. Round up. So your hero would fire with 2 firepower.
Okay.
That is the 3 from the machine gun divided by 2 rounded up.
Okay. So it was a 2.
So you fire a d6 plus 2, and I'll roll a d6 plus 4 if I'm not plus 3 because I'm behind bocage. So you got a d6 plus 2, I got a d6 plus 3. So you're not affecting me.
Okay.
And now you are marked fire. Okay. Now, since you're marked fire, my guys. Oh, well. No, first we roll for initiative. I might not get the initiative. 4, 5. You get the initiative. You pass, of course. Do you still have that fire? Yeah, it's still there. Okay. Now, initiative again. That's 1 pass.
I pass 10.
So that's 2 pass. Initiative. So I got the initiative. So I'm going to fire my guys. Michael and his guys. Okay. Look at my stack. I'm going to fire 3 squad. One of them will be at full firepower, and the other one will be at half firepower.
So why is that?
That's the rule when you multi-fire many units in the same impulse.
Nice.
So I'm going to fire at 2 firepower for the first squad, plus 1 for the second, plus 1 for the third. Okay. So that's a firepower of plus 4.
Okay.
And I'll add the plus 1 from my leader. So that's plus 5 total.
Okay.
Minus 2 because I assault move. So I'm back plus 3. And minus 1 because I'm firing behind bocage.
Okay.
Because apparently when you're firing behind bocage, you're not really at ease, so you get a minus 1. So my plus 5 get reduced to plus 2 against your plus 3 because you are in a wooden building.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, that's my daughter singing. So I get a +2, and you get a +3. 4 + 2, 6. 4 + 3, 7. No effect. And now I could also fire my bazooka, but you're too far away, so I can't affect you. See, my max range is 4, and you are at 5, so I can't affect you.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah.
So when you have a shoulder ordnance firing weapon like a bazooka, Panzerschreck, there you could fire your squad at one target and fire your bazooka at a different target.
Okay.
See, I could, if your tank was closer, I could have fired at your hero with my squad and fired the ordnance at another target like your tank, for example. But they're both anyway too far away, so I can't affect them. So basically, we're back to initiative, but since we have no units left to do anything, then it's the end of the turn.
Okay.
So we're back on turn 3. We'll delete admin counters, and then we'll just have a quick stop, see if people have questions that have not been answered.
Okay.
Guys, you have any question? Doesn't seem
I
so.
have a question. Is it about smoke screens? They're useful or not? Because I never see that they're used in you.
The smoke?
Smoke, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you might want to use that when you want to cross an open space and you want to make sure that the other guy won't have a free opportunity fire towards you. So you might want to put smoke. You want to advance towards someone and it's open in front of you. You might want to use smoke, but it's mostly useful to block line of fire that you have to cross. And if you do that, then you'll use up one of your squad action to put that smoke, and then the smoke stay there for two turns. It's okay, but still you'll have one guy left behind, and the other guys will try to cross the street. I use it, but very, very rarely. It's not that useful, in my opinion. And it's not easy to achieve because I think it's 2 or less on a D6. Mark is under the opinion, I don't know, I was not there. Mark is under the opinion, the impression that smoke was not used that much in World War II, or even in other lock and load games. So it makes it difficult for smoke to be put on the board. I don't know what else other people's opinion are. Maybe other people play a lot with smoke. I don't, but it's my style of playing. I'm rather try to draw fire from that machine gun from a different direction, and then cross the line of fire of that machine gun safely because he already fired. Then try to use smoke.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay. Another question?
Stefan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, nice. If you have to move, do you need to move and fire at the same impulse, or can you move, wait for the next impulse, and then assault?
Yeah, when you activate an X, let's say you have a stack with 3 guys in there. One squad could, and you activate that hex. One squad, let's say Michael. You see Michael on the map? Michael has 3 squad with him. His first squad could fire, second squad could move, and third squad could do nothing or throw smoke or just wait for another impulse to do something. It's even better than that. If you had like adjacent X and a leader, you could fire from one unit in XA, fire then with another unit in XB, move one unit in XC, move one unit in XA back in A, and so forth. So you can enter, I think it's enter speed. I'm not sure of that word, but you can decide the order you're gonna do the stuff for each X, at the moment you want to do it, so you can fire and decide based on the fire result if you then you want to move. The important thing is that if you fire from 1x, all units that will be firing from that X do it at the same time, targeting the same target. If any units move from 1x, all units from that X have to move together from the same starting point to the same ending point.
Okay,
And if you don't do anything with a unit in an X that you just activated, that unit is not considered activated, so it could do something else in a later impulse. So that's sometime I'll do, like Michael, let's say I'm planning to move to F7, but there's that pesky hero that might try to shoot me. So I might use my first 2 squad, let's say I use 2 squad to shoot at him, and if I manage to suppress him, then I'll decide to move my 3rd squad to F7. But if with 2 squad I can't suppress the hero, then my other squad will just sit there and I'll use it to something else later. See, so at the beginning of your impulse, you decide which X or hexes you're going to activate, but you don't have to tell anybody what you're going to do with each unit in those X's. You can decide it as you go along. But if you decide to fire all units that will fire from that X and that health impulse as to do it together toward the same target, and if any units move out of this X, all the units that plan to move out will have to do it together in the same impulse. If you want to move units from 1 hex to 2 different places, then you'll have to do it over 2 different impulses. In one impulse, you're going to move some units to, say, destination A, and in another impulse, you're going to move the remaining units to destination B.
Okay.
That clear?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay. Any other question? Fine. We'll proceed with turn 3.
Okay.
So we're back on turn 3.
Yeah.
I got, well, I would consider that it's not, I think it's not plainly written, but I would consider that my tank is not acquiring you anymore.
Okay.
I mean, he got shaken. He closed his hatches. He want to get away from there. So
Yeah.
So that's the rally phase. We roll the initiative to see who's going to go first in the rally phase.
Okay.
3 and 4. That would be you. Usually in a regular scenario, we roll this initiative, but that is the initiative roll for the whole turn. Now, the special scenario rules, we roll every impulse.
Okay.
So you go first in that rally phase. You have to decide what you're going to do with, since you don't have any troops to rally, you have to decide what you're going to do with your MG40.
I will mount my machine gun.
Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah.
And you leave the one with the hero mounted to?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So on my side,
Yeah.
I'm gonna first I'm gonna try to rally my tank.
Okay.
So my tank needs 7 or less on 2d6 to rally.
Okay.
He made it.
Okay.
So he's not shaking anymore, but he's buttoned still.
Okay.
And Michaels, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna mount that machine gun.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I have aggressive intention. After some time at war. Okay, so we're done. So we go into the operation phase, we roll for the initiative. I got a 3. You got a 3. Since you added before, you have it right now. So
Okay. I fire with my tank.
You fired my tank, I guess so.
Yeah.
Free lunch.
That's the first thing what to do.
It's free lunch. I mean, I'm standing right there in the open. Why not? So you need 9 or less.
Yeah.
You get a -1 because of rend, and you get a -1 because you acquired me before. And if you want to open, you're gonna get another -1 that you might not really need.
No, why not? No.
Okay, so you fire your main tank. You hit very easily. This time you hit the hole because you rolled an odd roll. So my protection right there is 4.
Yeah.
And your penetration is 5. So we both roll a d6. You had 5. I roll. So 4 plus 5 is 9, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So your roll exceed mine. I'm destroyed.
Oh.
Simple as that.
Terrible.
Oh, things happen.
Yeah.
So it's a wreck.
Start and destruct.
It's a wreck. And I'm gonna see what happens to my crew. I think it's a D6 and even they're out, and yeah, I think they're out but shaken. 6. Let's see. Crew bailing out. Bailing out. If the vehicle is destroyed, the crew must make a bailout check, roll a d6. The number is even, place a shaken crew in the vehicle X. Okay, so I got a shaken crew.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's encounter crew right here. It is shaken. It is moved.
Yeah.
Because he crawled out of the tank and hid behind the tank.
Can I shoot with my machine gun?
Of course, you German. So you shoot machine gun to try to finish up the crew.
Of course.
So now you get firepower of 2.
Yeah.
You get a +1 because I'm moving. So
Yeah.
you get d6 plus 3.
Okay.
You have that leader. Brad just told us that you get a +1, so you goes to +4. The acquiring doesn't make any difference. So you get a +4, and I get a +2 because I'm hiding behind my wreck. So it's +4 for you, +2 for me. So you get 2 plus 4, that's amount to 6, and I get 3 plus 2, that amount to 5. So the difference is positive in your favor, +1. So I have to do a DC check at +1. My crew has a morale of 5, so 2 plus 1, that amount to 3, it's less than 5, so they're unaffected.
Okay.
And because they are hiding, Darius is gone. Even if the crew made it out, Darius doesn't made it out. Armor leader never make it out.
Okay.
And my crew,
he dies with his tank.
Yeah, exactly. Goes on with his tank, like a captain on his ship.
Yeah.
And my crew will be put under the wreck counter because they're hiding. They're hiding behind. If they were over it, that would mean they are transported by the vehicle. They are carried by the vehicle, or they are mounted on the vehicle. But right now they're not mounted over the vehicle. They are behind it. Okay. And I can actually, if you want, I think. Do you want me to leave the M10 counter there with the wreck, or you just want the wreck counter?
Leave the
Yeah, it's more heroic to see that tank brood right there.
Yeah, it's nice.
So nice shot. And now it's back to Infantry.
But I think it would never have happened.
The stag is a potent weapon. If you can fire at my tank, I mean, you get a penetration factor of 5. My best armor factor is 4. So you should usually get me. And I mean, a 9 to hit, it's a pretty good to hit that roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So initiative. I got a 1. You got a 4. It's yours.
And I I'll have to see what I want. I have to see the units there
You have
to fire, right?
You have, because the only, well, you could fire with your hero. My crew unit, my crew is the only unit right now that is spotted.
Okay.
So if you want to fire at my other units, you have to spot them before.
No.
It's a choice. I mean, if you happen to spot the unit, then you can fire at it with full firepower. But if you miss your spotting attempt, then your unit is marked. The unit is marked up complete.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to be completed.
Okay, so you're passing or moving?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll pass. So that's one pass.
Okay.
D6 for the initiative. I got a 5.
I pass.
It's for second pass. D6. I got a 6.
Oh, sorry.
Only one. Okay, so it's my turn. I barely avoided you ending the turn.
Yeah.
Answer
turn? Yeah.
Yeah, because 3 passes is the end of the turn. So in this particular scenario, because of the rule that allows you to roll initiative every impulse, then you can end the turn really fast. Usually the turn will end because there's 3 passes, but those will be shared between the 2 players. So usually it's at the end of the turn and nobody wants to move anymore. So, but in this case, like Piero wanted to, end the turn, he was really satisfied with my tank, so says, "Oh, it's fine. Let's stop there. But I won't allow this." And
Okay, what will you do?
I'm thinking, crossing that bocage is really tough for me. I'm gonna try to spot you in F2.
Okay.
Sergeant Hill will do the spotting.
Okay.
So you are in a blocking terrain, so it's 2 or less on a D6, but because it's Hill, you got a +1, so it's 3 or less on a D6. Spotting attempt, made it.
Okay.
So you are marked with a spotted marker.
Okay.
And now I get to fire at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire with 2 of my squad. The squad at the bottom of the stack will not fire. Now I'll let you know why. Because what I'm hoping is that I'm gonna be able to shake the whole stack, and that guy that doesn't fire at you will be able to move and capture everybody.
Okay.
So it's the what we call the shake and take them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
but we have the possibility of unshaking because of SS.
Yeah, you do. You do exactly because you are SS. Yeah.
That's not very good.
Attacks against me. So I'm gonna try to fire with Hill, and 2 squad, 1 with a bazooka. So first, I'll fire the direct fire table. So they are firepower of 2, +1 for a second squad, so that's 3, +1 for Hill, that's amount to 4.
Okay.
So it's a D6 + 4 against your D6 + 3 because you are in a wooden building.
Okay.
There you go. 4 + 4, 8, compared to your 7. So it's a DC1 for you.
Okay.
So Wagner, of course, he can't miss. Wagner can't miss because D6.
Yes, I have an 8. Yeah.
Exactly. So he can't miss. So that roll would count for the second squad under, which is 2 + 1, 3. So you made it, and then your last squad.
Oh, sorry.
3 + 1, 4. So they all made it. Nobody's affected here. And then I'm gonna try my bazooka. Doesn't have much chance, but I'll try anyway. So at the distance of 3, I need this. Oh, 7, not too bad. I need a 7 to hit you, 7 or less. This will be modified by +3 because of you standing in a building, but I get a +1 because of my leader. So a d6 plus a 2d. Let's see, 2d6
-2.
+2. Exactly. So I need to roll 7 or less with a +2.
Okay.
Made it.
It's a 5 plus 2, 7.
Yeah. So I hit you. I'm gonna hit you with now. We need to go back to the HA equivalent because I'm firing an infantry, not on a tank. My HA equivalent is 2. Would be reduced by 1 if you were standing elsewhere than in a building, but this is not the case.
Okay.
Oh, and you know what? In the beginning of the game, I reduced my HA equivalent on my tank by 1 because I thought I was firing 8 round, but I'm not firing 8 round. The counters for my tank doesn't have that H in a red circle.
No.
Yeah, so it didn't matter. Anyway, so I'm gonna fire a D6 plus 2 against your D6. You see, we're in the second step of the ordnance firing procedure. The first one was to figure out if I hit you, and then the second one to figure out the difference. So D6 plus 2 against your D6. 1 plus 2, 3. No effect. Actually, the effects it would be a DC. Yeah, there's no effect.
No.
Because DC is a no. DC is not 0. There's no effect.
Okay.
There you go.
Goes up.
Yeah. And I'm marked fired. I'll just put the guy who didn't fire at the top and mark it spotted. So you know that X is spotted.
Okay.
Now, initiative. Yours.
I fire.
Yeah, you certainly can fire if you want now.
I fire with 1 unit to the machine.
Yep. So that guy would fire with a firepower of 1 plus 3 for the MG42. So that's +4. Wagner doesn't give them any bonus. So you're firing at +4 against my +2. I think in woods. Yeah, forest. It's called. Yeah, +2.
Light wood.
You got no. That's not light wood. Light wood are like in
Yeah.
G2 or G3.
Yeah,
Those are forest. So you got a +4. I get a +2.
I rolled a stay.
So you got 2 plus 4 that amount to 6, and my 4 plus 2 amount to 6. No effect.
Okay, no.
So that now we can replace the spotted marker on your stack with a fired marker.
Okay.
Oh no! Sorry, leave it there. Yeah, I remember one of your squad didn't fired.
Yeah.
So that squad you'll put under the spotted marker, and the other guy you'll put under the fired marker.
There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And my leader has it. Okay.
Yeah. And let's put the potted on the top. There you go. Okay, initiative.
Okay.
Fine. Uh.
What? Really?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Probably. Let's see, your hero. Does have a line of sight there. You know what? I'm gonna fire with Michael at your guys in F2.
Okay.
So I won't use the bazooka team. They won't fire, but the other guys will. So that will be that will be 2 for the first squad,
Yeah.
1 for the second
They
squad.
can't there. It's over 5 range.
Oh, they are over 5?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right, they can fire at you. That's cool. Okay. Well, I'll still fire at least one, the one with the machine gun.
Okay.
And they're gonna fire with Michael.
Okay.
So that'll be 2 firepower for the machine gun, plus 1 for Michael. That's 3. And whoops, the bazooka is without an owner. There you go. That's 3. Then it's minus 1 because of the degrading in the G3. G3.
Okay.
So my firepower is reduced. My attacking number is reduced from 3 to 2. So I'm at plus 2, and you are at plus 3 because of your building. So 6 plus 2, 8.
Ooh. Well, 3.
Plus 3, 6. So you make a DC check plus 2 for everybody.
Okay.
So Wagner first can't be affected. So let's go with the first squad.
Oh.
Yeah. So 6 plus 2, 8.
So
That squad is shaken. Would be nice if you give me another 6. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
But it makes a big difference for me. You see, the squad who could still fire is now shaken. So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that was firing from Michael and the machine gun. And I think the other guy will just wait to see what happens. So we'll mark them with a spotted marker. There you go.
Okay.
That's it for me. So initiative. I got the initiative.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna try that shake and take. So one guy from hill leaves the woods and starts running.
Okay.
H2.
Yes.
And you can fire at me from your hero if you want.
No.
There's no obligation. I'm going to G1 for 2. And then I'm going into melee.
Wait a minute.
There you go.
If I can fire.
Are you talking to me, Piero? Yeah, you could fire from there. You want to fire?
Fire from my hero.
Yeah, you can fire from your hero, yeah, right? Okay, so no melee right. Yeah, whoopsie. Whoa, made my guy disappear. I'm gonna bring it back. So in G1, you're firing your hero.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Fire.
Is firing with 2 firepower. Remember, 3 divided by 2.
Yeah.
Rounded up, so that's 2 plus 1 because I'm moving.
Yeah.
So that amounts to a d6 plus 3 against my d6. And yeah, that's it.
5.
So 5 plus 3 is 8. I got a 6, so I have to make a damage check plus 2. So 5 plus 2, 7. Ah, come on. So I'm shaken. I have to stop my movement there. Missed by 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it was not a done deal yet if I wasn't entering you into melee, because you could have rallied your guy, but I was. Okay, so that was my impulse. you did an opportunity fire, so that does not count as an impulse. So we roll initiative for the next one. 2. 2. Aye. Okay.
What do you do?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bring the bazooka, guys, outside the bocage. You find that word really? My wife finds the word bazooka really amusing. And she said we're really serious. She does not take my hobby really serious. So those guys will cross the bocage, and they need 5 movement points to do that. They only have 4. There's a rule that allows you to always being able to move 1 X at the very least.
Okay.
I could not low crawl into that X because to move into that X, I need all my movement points. So even though I move only 1 X, it can be considered as a low crawl.
Okay.
So it's considered as moved.
Okay.
There you go. And now I can tell you, I'm hoping to get the initiative on the next turn. Not next impulse, but next turn, because those guys are now standing in the open. They can be crushed. Crazy. Okay, now another impulse initiative. Got a 5.
4.
Mine 2. What I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna try to shoot with those guys at the same in F2.
Okay.
So they have 2 firepower. Oh, they can't. They can't because of the distance. Yeah.
Too far away. Yeah.
Yeah, they're too far away. So they're gonna shoot at your hero.
Okay.
2 firepower, -1 because of the bocage. So that goes back to 1. And you are at +3 because of your building. So I'm at +1, you are at +3. Probably no effect, but nope, no effect. 3 + 1 is 4,
Okay.
and 3 + 3 is 6. No effect. Okay. There you go. And I don't think we have anything left.
Yeah.
So it's the end of the turn. End of the turn 4.
Okay.
End of turn 3, sorry. We're going on turn 4. Delete admin counter. Okay.
This is to be interesting.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Initiative for the rally phase. I got a 3, you got a 5. So you'll get initiative for the rally phase. You have to decide what you're going to do with your MG42.
Yeah, I'll keep it there, and
Yeah.
I'll do